Your video is off.
How do you okay. Wait.
Your day.
My day was okay. How was yours?
It was okay also. It was okay. Um Nice to finally meet the face behind the name.
Same.
Yeah, yeah. But yeah, I hope you're good and ready to get started.
I hope so. Hope so.
Yeah. Welcome and prepared your questions to ask our guests. My name is Catherine P, your host, and today we are joined by Thathu. Please introduce yourself.
Hi guys. My name is Thathu Conco.
Yeah.
I am 20 and I'm a second year student at UCT studying film
Mm-hmm.
and media. Yeah.
Lovely. Tell us about your journey as an author.
Before we get to starting, because um, I I started like developing a liking for writing in primary school, right? And when we used to write essays in grade 5, and I'd always, my friend and I would always compete with marks, like what did you get for your essay, your English essay, what did you get for your Zulu essay. Good marks, I would get motivated, and I was always like, oh, I'm gonna be an author one day, just jokingly. But after that, I think that passion didn't really grow into anything until 2020. I can't really pinpoint, but I just one day started writing on my mom's laptop every day during COVID. Yeah, it was COVID. I think because school was not on and everything, I was just, let me start writing. So I put it down,
Mm-hmm.
and yeah.
Lovely, lovely. So, who is the one author that you think maybe inspired you to write?
Okay, that's a difficult one. But
Yeah.
okay, so I read Ushomu, the wife, in 20, that inspired me. I just liked reading it. So I don't think I have a specific author that I can say inspired me to write. I think it was just the love of writing that was there. But I can say that a specific author inspired my style of writing, which was, I looked at.
So, what kind of tropes do you lean more towards on? What do you write, and which one is your favorite?
Tropes. I like the polygamy trope a lot. I know it's controversial, but I like it very much. I also like, I think those two. I hate enemies to lovers and friends to lovers. Don't give me that, please. I'm sorry. I can't stand it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so are you more of a novella kind of girl or novels?
To drag it out for a long time. No, I did it once. I'm
Mhm.
never gonna do it again.
Delight says first person to hate, enemies to love.
Enemies, leave it at that. Like, it's fine, guys.
But
How can you like a
there's
person
a
you
reason.
hated?
Maybe there's a reason why they're enemies or
Ah,
things
no,
like
you
that.
can't love someone you hated. It's impossible.
Okay, so tell us about the pregnant.
In it.
Mhm.
So I think there's so many ways you could play around it, like the surrogacy trope. I love that one. Ugh.
Mhm.
There's also the unintended out of nothing,
Mhm.
if that makes sense.
When you say the unintentional pregnancy, it reminds me of it's a I think it's a TikTok skit where people say authors be like those people were doing it every time, and now you're saying the pregnancy is unexpected. What did you expect? What did you expect? Because
Expect it to happen, so
how though? Because what do you expect a raise?
unplanned.
Um, do you one day see yourself writing a memo of yourself?
Um, no, because currently I don't think there's anything that interesting about my life. Maybe if something like extravagant happens, or I could say is worthy of being put in a memoir, you know.
Delight is asking, what character of yours do you relate to the most?
Oh, that's a difficult question. I have so many. Uh, I think I put a lot of places that she didn't have a father and I also don't have one. So that's one thing. Another one, so another character that I relate to. I think also the one I'm currently writing, Stood Man. I think she's just she just doesn't have her voice yet. She doesn't know how to stand up for herself. So I think, yeah, I relate to her in that way that I feel like I'm not there yet. Like, I don't know how to stand up for myself when people, you know,
Mm.
yeah.
Yeah.
I knew that question was coming. It's actually quite a funny and a long story. So it started out as a dream, right? But I had a dream about the royal family, and it was almost like a prophetic dream because it happened around about the time when the Zulu queen passed away. Like literally the day after she passed away, I had that dream. So it was very like big scenarios in your head. And then I was like, what would happen if I was told or forced to get married into this family because of that dream, you know?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And yeah, so one day I was the prologue, I wrote it down by hand, like on hand. I was just literally sitting one day, I was like, and I wrote it down. And
Mm-hmm.
then I had already had my Facebook page by then, but I think I had like 1,000 and something blog. And then I posted it on Nelly Page's group and I asked people to go read. And she saw the post and she
Lovely. Amelia is asking you, what is your routine when writing different projects at the same time when it comes to character connection?
do I have a routine? I don't think I do, hey. I think each and every character has a voice up and want to be Uzuzile, for example, and tomorrow I could wake up and want to be Ukoliwe. It's just that's how I feel. So if I want to channel, for example, Ukoliwe, I'm gonna take my laptop there and there, start writing, and it's just gonna flow out of me.
Okay. She's asking why Amile had to do the deed with all the brothers.
Oh, everyone asked me that question. It was for the blood. It had to happen. Like, okay, with like it was inevitable. It was gonna happen because that was the person she was married to. Also, they did try to run away from it. The royal seer did tell them that there's no marriage and all the ceremonies that you've done are useless if you guys don't consummate the marriage. So, but
Mhm.
could not run away from it as well because they did really love each other. Like, yeah.
Um, somebody's asking, is there a part two for Amile? Hi,
There
sir.
is.
Sorry, you can continue.
There are three books that are part of the series. Um, Two are still not written, and one is already uploaded in Amile. Yeah.
Um, which book of yours is your favorite?
I have to say Life Under the Rainbow. Yeah. It does need a bit of work because my writing style has changed from the first time I think I touched on like things that I are very emotional, very emotional. Yeah, I think that's my favorite. Every time I go back to it and read it, I'm just like, yeah, I did something here.
Okay. Besides writing, do you
That's what I'm studying. But my other passion, I do one day want to get into music. I can't sing. I can't play any instruments. I can't do any of those things. But I want to study music. Like I want to study how passion that I can call a passion, something I can call a passion.
Mhm. Nolitando is asking, as a black girl, what part of you did you have to tap into so that you can write without fear?
Um, I think so. I'm a Zulu girl from KZN, and I'm very proud of my ethnicity and my heritage and my culture. So I always, if you've read all my books, you always see that within the scope of my writing. Like there's always a bit of cultural reference to like the ancestors and all of that. I try by all means to always, yeah. So I've only written romance so far,
Mm-hmm.
but right now I'm trying to get into crime. So that's one book. It's I want to explore something out of like the lovey-dovey or the dark, twisted romance I always do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How do you deal with writer's block and the fear of feeling your work is not good enough?
Okay, so writer's block. A lot of authors don't read their own books. I do. Like I can reread my books every single day. I will read my books. I'll go back to that one book and think about that character, channel their energy, like just try and get back into the feel of being in that world instead of being in my world. That's how I deal with it. The fear of, I think I'm still comfortable there, but like I get shocked every time people say, "Oh, I read your book. I read your." I'm like, "Where did you get it? How do you know me? Like, what's going on? Like, what's going on?" But yeah, I feel like as someone who's never got to understand what it's like, but
Mhm.
yeah, I think it's scary in general for anyone who's like putting their
True.
work out there, just knowing that somewhere out there someone doesn't like your work. But this is not
Mhm.
something you can deal with because everyone has a different.
Somebody doesn't like your work, they don't like your
They
work, and
don't like it.
there
Like
is
it's
nothing
just
you can
that
there's nothing you
you
can
can't
do to
change
change their
it.
mind. You don't
Exactly.
somebody once said, if you cannot like the author, then you cannot like their work. So some people just say,
Exactly.
I don't like so and so.
Work. Yeah, true.
Yeah. And also, PDFs and our stories, they circulate a lot.
Real.
So,
I don't
like,
think I've
that part is that PDFs do circulate, but the support is still down there. Like, you guys are reading,
exactly.
but the support is on the floor level. Like, where
The
are you
thing is,
reading this book?
the thing is, these PDFs that circulate as well. If the PDF starts to circulate, they remove your PDF a particular way, and then people steal it from Facebook, for example. Your name's not going to be there. Your contact information is not going to be there. So people don't know how to reach out to you.
They don't even know who wrote the book. They'll be like, Kamo is asking, who is your all-time favorite character?
That I wrote or that I've read about?
I'm not sure, but I think both. I
Okay, let
think.
me answer for both. So the one I've written, Joy. Oh my gosh, I've enjoyed rewrite because I wrote the book in 2020, right? So
Mm-hmm.
it was my first book, but right, I'm working on it right now, and I've
Mm-hmm.
split it up into two books. And now that I'm older and
Mm.
each and every, you know, I don't relate to him because he's a monster. He's a terrible person. But yeah.
Lovely. Is
And
crime the only thing you plan on working on?
crime. My challenge was a romantic comedy, and I'm currently working on that right now. Yeah, crime thriller. The book I want to write is like a crime thriller. It's like a crossover between the two. And
Mm-hmm.
then what else? Another genre I would do. I don't
You have to try, the fun part about writing on Facebook is that you can try anything.
try any.
Tepi is asking, in the future, do you think you would collaborate with any other author on a book?
Oh, okay, that's a difficult one because I'm very, I don't want to say controlling, but when I see something a particular way and I imagine something a particular way, I don't like a project. If that project becomes too dear to me or like too dear to my heart, I don't think I'd be able to work with someone else, especially if like our views clash a lot. It might be
Mhm.
better if it's someone that's like, okay, we have the same views and we have like the same goal.
Really know about your decision or early decision to write books?
They do, and they do support me, but they don't read. I don't want them to read. They know I write. Everyone knows I write. I just don't
Mhm.
want them. I don't think I'm.
Um, trying to look for the questions before I pause. Welcome, welcome, everybody, and thank you for the gifts. Thank you so much. What is your advice to up and coming authors or somebody who wants to be an author?
I know this is cliche, but just write, eh? You to wanting to hear feedback instantly. Them as you write, you want to hear feedback. I think sometimes you just need to write. Like, don't wait for people at that moment. Just be seen by people. Then you can start like recruiting people one by one, and telling them, okay, I'm writing. Can you check my writing out? And then they'll give you feedback. But I think just write honestly, because if you really always just depend on what people think, you'll never start. So if you're trying to start,
Which genre do you feel will challenge you the most as an author?
the crime will definitely challenge me. I can feel it already. I haven't started. I think I'm only like 3 chapters in, but
Mhm.
I feel like it will already challenge me because I know nothing about crime. Around crime is gonna be interesting.
Mhm. If you were given an opportunity to write full time, would you?
Definitely. If, right now, I wish I didn't have to study or go to school. Like school's just become something if I don't have school. Right now I feel like I'm in that position where I feel like school is my first option. You know, so I'm trying to get this out of the way quickly so I can also focus on writing as well. So I'm just trying. No, I would never. That's one thing I will never do because it's my work. It might not be. It might not be my idea, but it's my work, and I take my work seriously. Yeah.
Delight
Same,
says,
delight.
writer, I would want my book back.
Same, same, same.
Who is the one author you would like to meet?
I'd also love to meet Uneli Page. I love her work so much. Also, I'd also like to meet Already Klabi. I think she's a bit older now, but I love her book. I loved her book. That's the only book I've read. I loved it though. It was amazing. So I think those are the three authors. Yeah. I do that all the time. So I don't have advice. I don't have advice for someone like that because I'm that person. Um yeah, man, just if you know how to do it, just do it. Like if it's working, it's not fun, but I like the pressure.
Yeah. Who is the one author you would like to collaborate with?
Um I think Delight. I love her writing style. She's also very funny. Like I don't think she understands how funny she is. Every time I read her books, I'm cackling by myself. You, my sister.
What are the challenges you faced as an author so far?
Challenges. Definitely mostly on Facebook with like engagement. I think that's the biggest one because I went from getting like because I left for like a year because of school last year because it was my first year and I was trying to find my feet. It was difficult. So I'm not mad, but it's taking longer than I expected it to take because why are people not reading my work? Why are you guys not reading? Like why?
Too busy. I feel
Mm,
published ebooks like Kindle,
yeah,
hard copies. These days, people are busy. I guess life is lifing.
life
People
thing, yeah, true.
have other, sorry, they have other responsibilities, and I don't
Mm.
know, but something about those streets is not right. Does influence romance stories we read, or do stories influence our love life?
From a writer's perspective, sometimes you're just like, as a woman, I would never do that. For a man, I would never. But then you think, that's not me. That's that character. I'm not that character, you know. So you have to like, you know, think about those kinds of things when writing. Would say like the things we know now, like many times you shouldn't bring those kinds of, you know, themes or like those tensions into what you write because sometimes it takes away from the authenticity of representing all spectrums, if that makes sense.
If Facebook was
um Visionary writing's going very well for me. um Wattpad is also another um platform that I'm using quite often, but it's fine. And then I'm trying to get into Kindle, but Amazon blocked me for some reason. I can't access all my accounts. I don't know what's going on, but I'm trying to
so
get on Kindle.
with Kindle, the moment you publish your book somewhere, you cannot put it on Kindle. They don't want to share you. They don't flag the title. They flag you and you can never access Kindle again. Unless if you have another email, another account, and another title. Because if they pick that up again, they flag your email and you will never put it
You
again. Yeah.
okay? That means I'm never gonna get on Kindle anytime
Just get
soon.
another email.
My Amazon account in general is blocked. I
What did
think
you do? What did you
I don't
do?
know. I was trying to sign up for Kindle Unlimited. I put
You
on my
did
banking
something.
details. I put in my banking details and they were like, I tried to make a purchase and they're trying to, I don't know, check out what's going on. And now I don't have access to my accounts. I'm so tired. I'm just like, I've given up actually.
Yes, that's good. That's good. Any plans for future publishing?
Yes, I do have plans of publishing, but not now. See, because I hope to get traditionally published. So I think I just need to hone my craft a bit more so I can actually get there. Yeah. So I'm
Okay.
in no rush. You guys won't have my physical copy anytime.
Uh, the people are getting tired of us. They're like, nah, this, like,
Because
I don't
you guys
know.
don't want to have books, and every time people ask me for PDFs, I'm like, yo, I don't want to give you PDFs. Hey, I really don't. I really don't. But I don't have a choice because that's
Yeah.
like,
It's said, don't want
mm,
to buy.
that's the thing. Like,
We
how
love
can you say
reading,
I
but we
love your
don't.
work, but you don't want to support me?
Yeah.
It doesn't make sense.
It's like somebody makes a vow to say, I will never buy so and so's books. Because
Oh,
sometimes you see people chatting about, how do you even know I exist? Like,
exactly.
yeah, man, but ish, that is the sad
That's
reality.
the reality of our lives, hey?
Date, marry, or unalive male character version.
Written or someone I've read about.
Angas, delight.
Okay, let's start
What?
with I'll start with the I've read without a shadow of a doubt. I'm sorry. That man is too toxic for my liking. I'd kiss Umuzi because he's so sweet. He's sweet. He's not perfect, but he's sweet. I'd definitely marry Uvugani from Destined. Yeah. The
Yes,
man
girl.
I'm marrying one day must take notes from Uvugani.
Yes, we're that girl.
Yeah, they must take notes. They must take
What is
notes.
the one thing you wish people knew about you?
Insanely smart. I like I'm just a girl, hey? I'm really just a
Just a
girl.
girl. Do you prefer ebooks or hard copies?
Ebooks. I do prefer ebooks because bending the spine, you're trying to sleep when you're trying to read, it doesn't work. Also having the lights on, I like a dark space, so having the lights on, having to read with the no. I like convenience.
Understandable. Do you prefer standalones or series?
Happening there? What did they do? What happened after? But the thing is with series, you have to know when to stop. Sometimes they don't know when to stop. Even readers, they sometimes you guys push it, hey? Like, do you want me to kill them all? Like, no guys, stop it, hey?
The thing is, with series, it's like you need to know, like, Oguti, was it a series from the get-go,
The
or was it
get-go,
peer pressure?
exactly.
Was it peer pressure?
Exactly.
Because sometimes you go
It
now
let
as
it
a writer,
go.
let it go.
Exactly.
Like, it's
That's what I'm
time to move
saying.
on. It's time to.
Readers don't know when to stop. Some of my readers have been asking me part two of List. I'm like, there is no part two. I've deleted those characters from my mind. I never want to think about them ever again.
My
Don't take me
favorite part,
back there.
my favorite part about you guys be
That's me.
writing long stories.
I
Hey,
I
sometimes I see
Amile.
chapter 68. I'm like, what are you still writing? Chapter 68.
Sometimes the book doesn't want to end. I like sometimes the characters are just there in your ear, like, yay, I still have this thing I haven't said, you
Is it
know?
ever that serious though? Or
It
or
is.
it's just peer pressure from the
I saw
readers?
on Amile, I had a lot to say on that book, hey? And I regret making it 100 chapters because making it 3 books sounds insane. So, yeah, and then there's like 3 books that follow it as well. So sometimes you do have a lot to say.
Put it in one
Sometimes
book. Say a lot in one book.
I
In
can't. I
say
can't. I
a
can't.
lot in one book. But then
Mm,
I think it depends on how you just a chapter,
exactly.
just words, just
Just
going
there, yeah.
like the chapter doesn't even, and I think that's one of the reasons why readers cannot even comment because you wrote a chapter
Mm,
but you didn't
but
quite
there's
write anything.
nothing.
Like
Yeah.
people just
I've also read
mm.
some of chapters, especially on Facebook. Like
Mm.
sometimes you read and you're just like, oh, okay. I don't know what to say. Thank you.
And then there was a time, Delight, I'm sorry, there was a time Delight was, please refrain from saying comments like, yo, we need
Sometimes we really just don't.
know what to say. I was like, yo, like, I don't know what to say.
Oh, guys, I
Zama is asking, how do you handle feedback or criticism from readers?
um I think I take it with a pick. Constructive criticism. I don't know. Maybe I'm not giving my book out to like the right people that will give me constructive criticism. But um
I'm sorry, I'm not laughing at you. I'm laughing at
I
the
know you're
comment.
laughing at the comment section.
Delight is like, what does hell yo mean? Guys, sometimes you don't know what to say after a chapter. You don't know
For
what,
real. For
like
real.
you like I don't know. I'll just put hearts because I
A
don't
heart and just move on because you don't know what to say.
know.
It's such a constructive criticism or criticism in general, and I think that worries me. It does. It truly does worry me because I don't want to think I'm perfect. I'm not perfect. I know that. So
Mm.
not getting any like someone saying, oh, I've gotten like a few comments like saying, oh, I've never gotten that. So I don't know how I feel about that. I actually don't like it. Eh?
I think sometimes you just find your circle that loves you and
Mm,
they don't have anything bad to say or
to
try to
say,
correct you or try to change you.
mm, good reads.
Reader writing. You
Oh,
read the
visionary
comments and
writings.
you're like, people are like, nice. Next, I
Mm,
love the book. You're like, I need that one
I
book
need
comment.
constructive criticism, guys. We're trying.
Especially, let's say it's on WhatsApp. I write a book, people will join, read,
Mm,
and then go about their lives. I'm like, guys, did you even like the
Kazini.
book? What is going on? Like, I need some feedback. They'll be like, it's nice. I'm like,
Yeah.
give me more
No,
than
but
nice.
details. I
Give
want
me
you to
more
tell
than
me
nice.
details. Like,
And
tell
for me,
me.
it's worse on hard copies. People will buy
Hmm.
my books, read, and then go
And then
silent. I'm
disappear. Like,
like,
you just.
guys, why did you love it? Give me something. People be
It's.
quiet.
I think for me, it pains me because I'm like that kind of reader that will like if I have your number, I'll text you. Hey, why did you do that? Delight knows. I when I was reading her book, I was always there in her inbox, like, ma'am, the things you did there, mm-mm, you know, sometimes. So,
Will react to criticism. I always have a lot to say. You know, I think the reason why people are mean or maybe do not react well to criticism is how you put it. I feel like
true.
people struggle to delighted we are crashing out. People struggle to deliver stuff. Tell me why you hate it.
Hmm.
Tell me why you hate it. Help me improve. Instead of just saying, I hate your book,
Exactly.
it
I
wasn't bad.
hated it.
Mm. For example, if you're gonna say I loved your book, but I didn't love A, B, and C.
Hmm.
Say that. And if your books is
Same.
two, I will give it a 3 star for that because I didn't like that. And
Same.
that is what I like. And
Same.
it's not that your book is bad, but it's just me who didn't like it. And I
Hmm.
always mention that I didn't love this and that. But then
Yeah.
people will just read.
I need to know. Let's sip tea and talk about the characters. Like, why did you like them? The complexities. I want to break them apart. Tell me. I want to,
Mm.
I want us to have a conversation. Did you see them the same way that I saw them when I was creating them?
Books differently.
Differently, true.
We experience differently. Sometimes you can read a book and be like, I do not relate to this. I do not relate to this. For example, there was a book that we reviewed last Sunday on some book club. And people that thing, I was like, what is going on? I was like, for me, I do not relate to this, and
Mm.
nothing wrong with it because
That's true.
people are talking about marriage and don't. I was like,
It's like, I
not
don't
my
relate.
department. But regardless, it was a nice read and I loved it, but then I couldn't relate to whatever that.
Yeah.
Sometimes you can review a book, people are in tears,
And
and
tears are crying, eh? And you're just like, is destined to, which I'm not posting anywhere, but I'm hoping by the end, before June, before the end of June or July, I'll be done and I'll upload it on Visionary Writing. The response to it was just lacking, so I was like, it's fine. You guys don't like this book, and it's a heavy book as well.
mm,
It's about to get very heavy. So I was like, I don't think I'm ready for backlash on a public platform. So let me move it. And then I started a new one called Kuga, which is like a romantic comedy or an attempt at a romantic comedy because I'm not funny at all. Yeah, and it's on Facebook on my page.
what is the name of your page?
Your Halo Stories.
To spell. I'm such a bad speller for somebody who's writing. Sometimes I
Same,
I look
same.
at a
I
word
don't
and
understand.
when I was signing someone's book and I looked at the word, I was like, is this word correct?
Is it right? Did I put
I
it
had to
down right?
Google it and just to check the spelling.
That's so real. That's so real.
Okay, so which other social platforms can we find your book and can you give us your handles?
Oh, Wattpad. Yeah, I'm also on Wattpad. I think my name there is Thathu Conco. I don't think it's Your Halo Stories. Oh, it is. I think it's Yora Halo only. If you search, you can search Yora Halo or Thathu Conco. Both will take you there. And then I'm also on this platform, but you can also
Okay.
find me there as well.
All right. Um, what are your top three favorite books?
That I've written or read.
I think read. Delight, what is
Read.
going on today? You are writing half questions. I cannot see on the side.
It's called Endings and Beginnings by Redi Klabi. My mom,
Hi,
she's in
mom.
the line. Yeah, that's the first book that I recommend. And then my second is Dear Ketelo by Nelly Page. That book blew my mind. That book just. And then another one. This one is a bit difficult. Oh, If Forever by. She's an American author. I read it. This book. I read it in like grade 6 or 7. It's called For. Yeah, I'm not juggling. I don't know what I'm doing. Sometimes I'm dropping the ball, but I'm trying my best. Like with school and everything, it's a bit difficult, but I think technically it's not working. But in like the terms of like writing, I don't struggle with jumping and changing characters like POVs and different books, but in terms of like managing it time wise, yeah, I'm struggling with that currently, but other than that,
Yeah.
I don't struggle with jumping from one book to the next.
Okay. Let us ask
So
your
it's two
Halo.
parts. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's funny. My friend and I came up with that in grade 8 in
Mhm.
class. But Hebrew name. Hebrew, is it? I think it's Hebrew. Yeah, and it means to shoot or to
Mhm.
teach. Yeah, it's either teach or shoot. And the other part is halo, which is like the thing that an angel wears, which was ungelosi, translating to angel in English.
Mhm.
Yeah, so that's how I put together the names. And essentially, it means like I'm an angel that teaches people.
I'm trying to find questions. Delight is saying she has it on her shelf. Bless me with that, Delight. Now I want to read it.
Have you read it, Delight? Because I need someone to talk to about this book. Like I read it in 2020 as well, but I've been looking for someone to talk to about this book because like it's so
I
amazing.
don't think she's read it. She's saying okay guys, now that we are here and everybody's listening, last week we talked about this, and I think this week people failed to follow script. So the sorry, whenever I come here, my voice managing that from 8 sorry to 9, it is me asking the guest questions. And then from 9 to half past, it is you guys asking questions. I couldn't say that in the middle of the questions because when the questions from sorry 8 to 9, it is me interviewing the guest because I have questions on my side. And you guys are saying my questions. Now I don't have questions to do you guys understand the whole thing? So yeah, from 8 to 9, it is me interviewing the guest, and then from 9 to half past, it is you guys. Yeah, I think it's best if we work like that so that we can, yeah. Anyways, I'm out of questions now, but you can you can ask all the questions you want to ask. The floor is open for all the questions.
All these questions every day. She's there with the questions, and I'm always struggling. I'm like, "Ish, what am I gonna ask?"
Uyawabhala phansi before the live.
Oh, okay, that's smart.
No, I'm just kidding. I'm just
Oh, you don't know. You're assuming.
detected because I am here.
You must I
Let's
think you must interact as well.
like me that puzzle from that day.
Please
Diva.
solve it. We have 30 minutes.
Um let me see the questions. Do you plot before or do you go with the flow?
Um, I uh okay. I do plot that flow of the story thing, have the inciting incident, have the climax, and have the resolution. And as I write, I discover what I'm gonna plot in between, as I go along. So that's how I do it.
Okay. Yes, please, guys, please like the live. Maybe it's what us to TikTok and
Yeah.
you read one chapter a day or one chapter a week. How do you read?
It's a very difficult question because I'm currently struggling with that right now.
Mhm.
I wanted to follow a posting schedule of Monday, Wednesday, and Saturday, but school at a point where I'm posting one chapter a week.
Mm.
If it happens now, because it's really that difficult. Like I have assignments every single week, and I don't think readers understand that. Hey,
Yeah.
they think writing is easy, especially for me. Like I'm not on your kind of level where you can just like. It takes me 3 business days to write a chapter. Like I write and I sit and I go back and I read that one line and analyze it. I'm like, okay, is it okay? So I think I take my time. So this thing of writing quick chapters, producing quick chapters.
We have different responsibilities. You're at
Exactly.
school, and I'm pretty sure you still live with your parents. There is
Yeah.
no way you can just wake up and start writing. You need to do your chores, you need to study,
Exactly. Exactly.
what. Whereas I live alone and I'm a full-time author, meaning I get
Mm,
to do this every day.
every
So people do
day.
not say, guys, Mina, I'm leaving work to write for you. Like,
Exactly. I'm still
people
like
do not say,
I'm questioning how I used to do, like how I finished to Amile so quickly, because I wrote it in a space of, I think it was from, I started in April. By December I was done. It was like 100 pages as well on Facebook, 100 chapters, I mean, on Facebook.
"Hmm."
And I
When you're starting, you have the energy. When you start writing on Facebook, you have the energy. People can say post the next chapter and you would drop
and
it.
you'll post it.
And you would drop it
Now
because I think that engagement, that
the
love pushes
excitement
you
is very nice. Yeah,
excited.
true.
But then as you get used to it, the excitement,
Sometimes I write and I'm like, okay, let me start the next chapter now. I'll write like 2 lines and then I'm distracted. I'm
you
doing
don't have the
something else. I'm on
excitement.
my phone and then I'm bored and then I'll only open the document up it 2 days later. So
I
it's
don't know
like,
what it is, man. The excitement fades for some reason. But then as time goes on and somebody says bye, be like, okay. Like you're no longer excited because
like
okay,
you
I'm
just,
making sales. It's like
hmm,
normal. You're like, okay. You just
yeah,
I
shame.
don't know what goes on, but the excitement fades. I guess you get used to it. You
It's
have people
whatever.
inboxing you, they'll be like, I love your work. You're like,
Hmm.
okay, thank you.
Okay,
You
thank
no
you so
longer have that
much.
excitement. You no longer
Yeah, it really
have
does.
that
Sometimes it
energy. Like,
even
okay,
irritates
thank
you.
you.
Some people just inbox you and they some people say hi. I'm like, okay, what do you want? Just, can you please get to the point? Like, I can you inbox me with reason? Don't inbox me and just
Talk to you and you'll be having a heck of a day.
so
Like, thank
true.
you so much. Thank you so much. The excitement. I don't know what's going
Yeah.
on now. Writing. I don't know what it is.
Everyone is writing now, so we like,
Everything is not fun anymore. Even being on
yeah.
Facebook for me, it's draining emotionally.
It really is. I'm not gonna lie.
Draining. Just to post a chapter, I'm like, I haven't read what's going
Facebook
on.
is just so toxic. Like, can we have another platform? We need a new platform just
That's yours.
specifically for writing.
That's
Yo,
yours, and we join.
yo. I wish I was a graphic designer or what to create an app
Delight
just
is
for this.
asking, do readers feedback?
I remember this one person commented while I was writing Amile. This one person commented something and it made me sit down and reanalyze my whole plot. I was like, actually, that's so smart. And I'm gonna use that. But I didn't use it like as a complete idea. Like, I took parts of it and it inspired.
You see that comment, be like, huh?
Actually, you are onto something
Yeah.
here. Hey, you are cooking.
I didn't think of that. Seth is asking, when writing, do you ever use your phone or stick to your laptop?
I strictly write on my laptop. I would never write on my phone ever again. I think I did it a few times with when I was writing Amile, but it's not conducive. Like,
After the live, it's you and dishes.
no, I'm in res. I'm in Cape Town. She's in Devon. I'm not gonna see her until end of May. So yeah, I'm still cruising nicely.
What is your writing process like? Do you get into it or you have
Play any song that's on my, like, my recommended list at that time. I'll start singing. So if the person that lives with me, my roommate, she knows, I will start singing, and you know that I'm writing when I'm singing. So yeah, I think that's what I do, and people don't understand how I listen to music with lyrics while writing. Yay, imposter syndrome. I do struggle with it, but I don't think I know how to deal with it yet, because like sometimes I'm like, and so if there's one person that's just living, like I said, I'm just a girl, hey. As long as I'm up in the morning and I do whatever I need to do for the day, I'm done.
Writing difficult or traumatic scenes.
Again, I use music to tap into like those difficult, scenes and those difficult, topics. Experienced it or not, I will listen to that song and you'll see me bawling my eyes out and think maybe I went through it when I've never, in fact, ever gone through it. But because it's so close to that particular character, that, and I was in her body, I felt like I was in her body at that moment, and I felt all her emotions when I listened to that song, and I just cried and I cried and I let it all out and went back to writing again. So that's, I think that's, you
I always,
should.
I always hear people saying they make playlists.
You
Then I
should.
could write like listening to those Korean soundtracks, and then like I'll be
You listen, you like, I don't put songs that I I was listening to while I was writing only. I also put songs that I feel like would be in the would be the soundtrack of the book. You see how in movies, like there's always like a background music and soundtrack and whatnot. I think about it like that. It tells the story from A to Z with just the lyrics, and by only listening to it, you could literally get a gist of what happens in that book without even reading it. So that's what I like about music.
that does that. It's happening. I always see you on talking about playlists and all that.
Playlists are very important.
Do you write to entertain or educate?
My mind wasn't developed enough to understand that I was writing to educate. I just thought I was just writing but educate. Yeah.
Are you good at guessing plot twists, or are you able to see what's coming when reading?
I'm really good. I I will dissect every single line, and I'm really good. There was just this one book that I couldn't figure. I was gobsmacked the whole time trying to piece together what is going on here, and I was not, that was the only book that I just couldn't figure the plot out, but the rest I'm always quick to just figure it out when the characters stop talking to me. Once they stop, it's done. Like, and it's okay. No, I've done them justice, and they've left me. It's fine. It's over.
If your books have song tracks, which songs would it be?
Of the original writing process, which was in 2020, and this writing process, which I started last year. Yeah, I just started last year, and then I finished it this year. A lot of the songs are shaped by what the characters like or his music. And at some point in the book, he's obsessed with this album of John Legend called Evolver. So that whole album, I don't include all the songs in like the body of work. Like I don't talk about all of them, or they don't all hold like a significance in relaying the story to like the way I listen to it, I'm instantly able to go into that world, their world, I'm able to get into how they're feeling. I associate that album, any album by John Legend, in fact, with that whole book series. So you can, whenever I listen to Evolver, for example, so that's kind of like just a few songs.
Lovely. Okay. No,
Both my
really,
moms are in the comment section.
the whole family. What inspires you the most?
Again, I'm gonna say music, and um, yeah, definitely music. It really does inspire me. Like titles, for example, most of them come from the songs that I listen to. Characters come from the music. I don't know. Whenever I listen to a song, I see beyond just the lyrics and what it means. But I don't know. I just go into a different world. I don't know. Music is my life, guys. Yeah.
Invite. We thank the moms for being here, for the support. We appreciate you. And we appreciate everybody that stuck around through the live until now. Thank you guys for the engagement. Thank you for the likes. Thank you for the gifts. Thank you so much. Um, so every maybe once or twice a month, we are going to have an author panel like the one we had last Monday, where we have authors sharing their experiences. We need
True.
to also talk about how writing is, as much as it's therapeutic, it's also affecting us in some sort of way.
Yeah, true.
And we need to also vent. So we'll have an author panel. And people can always cancel. Plans can also
Cancel, yeah.
always come up. So yeah, I will announce later in the week. But thank you so much, guys. Thank you for being here. Thathu, is there anything you want to say to our viewers before we go?
Read my books, guys. I promise you.
Want? No, no, I will
I'm
not
trying
let you
to be
do that.
humble. I'm
No,
trying to be
no,
humble.
no. Let's start over. Let's start again. with attitude and confidence. Please tell us the social platforms.
You can read on Facebook under Thathu Conco, is my actual name. And then on Stardust Literacy also, and to post content about my books. You can DM me if you want me to direct you to where my books are. I'm trying not to give out PDFs. The only PDFs I'm giving out are Destined, Laced, and Amelia, because those are public. But so I'm trying to minimize that. Yeah.
All right, no problem, guys. You can on Visionary Writings, Wattpad, and Facebook. Mama, we thank you so much for supporting our girl. It's nice to see the parents. I'm so happy. You have no idea how I'm so happy. It's nice, to see the family come to support. We hope to see more. Thank you so much, guys. Enjoy the rest of your night, and we will see you